What's up, guys? Welcome to the No Tomatoes podcast. I'm Elijah, and with me virtually this time is my brother Titus.
What's up, everybody?
I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast so far. I'd just like to do an intro for this, see how all of you are doing, give you a chance to respond on our video or send us an email at notomatosband@gmail.com. Get a hold of us on one of our social media accounts. Of course, we always check our DMs for those, but Ty, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I've actually been working a little less because in retail, when it hits January month, it slows down. Everybody spent all their money on Christmas gifts.
Oh yeah.
So retail usually slows down around then, and I'm still part-time, which I'm looking to go full-time, but I'm still part-time over there. So I'm only getting a few hours a week, but I'm engaged, so I've been wedding planning. I'm finding stuff to do,
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm finding things to do, and I should really just be looking for a full-time job full-time, and yet I'm running D&D campaigns and things like that, even though my wedding is in May.
Maybe we'll start a D&D podcast.
Maybe we will. Maybe we'll make more money on D&D than music.
You never know, man. Some people make a lot of money off D&D.
Yeah, even though it's super weird because there's like tons of like rights. I was like watching this video of like how complicated it is to publish material for D&D.
Really?
Because like you can't do certain things. You can't make it look like the D&D style. You have to change it up just enough. It's just a whole legal thing. Because I thought, hey man, if I'm DMing and I've got that's dungeon mastering for all of you non-nerds out there, running the actual game for the other players at the table. Hopefully you all know what Dungeons and Dragons is. If not, just look it up on Google.
Role-playing game.
Role-playing game. Yeah, nerdy stuff. Pen and paper. Super fun though. It's gotten more popularity since when it came out in like 76 or something like that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Actually, in more recent years, it's blown up in popularity because a lot of people are doing shows on D&D and stuff.
Right, for sure. Yeah, YouTube and all that has made it way more popular for sure. And it's less stigmatized now.
I mean, if you guys anyone out there is interested in the D&D podcast, maybe
let us know and we'll start one. Exactly. We might keep it strictly audio for a little bit because the video part is always the worst part for me. I could send out audio all day, but the post-processing and video is a lot. But anyways, more about what we're actually here to talk about, which is music.
Music, music, not games.
This is not the games category, guys. Sorry. Anyways, we're going to start a new segment on this podcast. We're going to call it Know About You. And it's just know about us, really. So I want to ask Ty, and then I will answer as well. Is there anything that the listeners don't know about you probably that they might find interesting?
I play a lot of Dota 2.
Yes.
Dota 2, another thing in terms of gaming, video gaming, not role-playing gaming, which both are very fun, but I play a lot of MOBAs, multiplayer battle arenas, for those of you that don't know. Dota is less popular than League of Legends. Some people might know League of Legends a little more, but it's that same MOBA genre.
Right.
So if anyone knows what a MOBA is, I play a lot of those.
Yeah, and Dota 2 is the first one, so it's automatically better.
It's just better.
League
of Legends players can fight.
And they will.
I know a lot.
They will.
They will.
Anyways, yeah. So something about me, I guess. We'll keep it simple and say I really, really, really enjoy sushi.
Sushi's good.
Really good. If you're in the Tri-Cities area in Michigan, that's like here-ish.
Right around the middle right.
Yeah, the middle right of the mitten.
The mitten.
Any of you
I guess it'd be
non-Michiganders?
because you have to do the back of the hand, so it'd be like middle left.
Wait. I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, middle left.
You have to do the back of the hand if it's your right hand, but you can do this way if it's your left.
Yeah, anyway, we're Michiganders. We definitely know how to do this.
Yeah, we know. We've done this before. Never mind.
We've done this before.
Anyways, how do you think the podcast is going so far, Ty?
I don't know. I've enjoyed it. I think we've had our strong episodes and our weaker episodes, but I mean, regardless of how they all turn out, I think they're all fun. I think they're a little informative in every episode at least, which is kind of what we're aiming to do. So if nothing else, we're being successful in what we're trying to do with it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I know, like, I don't think I've actually told you this, but we've got like a goal of like upwards of 2,000 listeners by the beginning of next year, because we started on January 1st of this year. I think that'd be really awesome to have that many people listening.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think I found a new passion in just like going out and asking people questions, like from random places. Hey man, yeah, like
how do you do?
There's this one dude in Japan. I'll shout out your YouTube channel if I knew your channel name right now.
My channel?
No. Oh, that one Japanese man, Yuta, is his name, and he's just English-speaking Japanese native, and he goes around asking people on the street random questions, usually in English, to see how much the Japanese people understand English. And I'm very impressed, honestly, of how much they know compared to Americans. If you ask a random American on the street,
hey, say something in Spanish,
right.
They'd be like,
well, not even Spanish. Spanish is okay here, but like, especially if you said Japanese here, the likelihood that someone could speak even relatively fluently is very small.
Japanese is, though, as just a general basis, is becoming more and more popular because all of the weebs out there,
all of the anime, all of the
are
manga.
becoming. There's a lot more weebs than 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It's fair. That's true.
It's actually crazy how quickly that culture is growing online and in America, especially. In terms of Japan's always kind of a lot of Asian cultures and stuff like that have always been ahead of the game in terms of foreign languages, especially English. But
yeah, they want to know everything about the foreign people that they can take advantage of because they're smart. No. Anyways, I say anyways a lot. I've noticed that editing this video or these podcasts. I say
you say it
anyways like every time I want to change the subject, I gotta stop.
Anyways. Change. That's your segue into everything.
Right. So I'm gonna say something other than anyways this time, but I guess you've already answered this, but do you enjoy making the podcast?
I do. I think it's fun. I think it's difficult to sometimes find the time, or not even necessarily find the time, but just commit to. Just because, anything's difficult to commit to if you have commitment issues. But no, I'd say it's just tough because everybody, it's what you prioritize, but everybody has, things they need to do, things they should do, and then, all the rest of the stuff. So life gets ahead of us sometimes. But
yeah, for sure.
I mean, other than that, the podcast is a super great idea and it's super fun. So
yeah. I was kind of thinking like all of the video. I was gonna ask you to do some of the video editing for like the highlights and stuff because it's taken up a lot of my time, and I want to start actually putting some of that time towards actually releasing new music for you guys to hear from us. We've got an album on the way, but then one more single before that. So the album probably won't release until late this summer, if not later.
Probably coming into next year.
Yeah, we're both getting married this year, so like,
we got a lot going on this year.
Yeah.
This year is a big year for us,
the
in
biggest
terms of
years.
personal life.
I mean, I graduated technically last year. You're graduating.
I'm getting married.
I'm getting married. It's just crazy.
And this year is a big year for us.
You're going to be moving, obviously. I don't know where.
I think I'm gonna end up with an apartment. I wanted to get a house, but you know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
It'll probably be an apartment, but
yeah. Well,
I don't know the location yet, but
right. Needless to say, we're doing our best to get you guys more of our music. It's just we've got life things to do. But about the actual podcast today, the actual topic, we've talked about 10 minutes right now about nothing to do with the actual topic, basically. But we had Denis Keopke, who is currently my roommate, but he's got a band called Winterhaven Motel, and they're super good. They're like a old, they have an old style for the style they play now. And if you've ever heard of Greta Van Fleet from Frankenmuth, it's kind of similar to that kind of vibe.
It's like an old classic rock vibe a little bit.
Yeah. And some blues in there and stuff. They got some demos on Spotify. We'll have the links here. I hope you guys go check them out. But did you enjoy... first of all, what did you think of Denis? First meeting.
Oh, Denis was cool.
Yeah.
He's cool to hang out with. He's a good guy, seemed like, for the most part. And then, I think one of my favorite questions on the actual podcast was how they came up with their band name, Winterhaven Motel. It was like a place they went up north, I think he said. But
yeah,
that was pretty cool. With our band name being No Tomatoes, because we don't like no tomatoes, you know.
Yeah.
Hearing that they actually have a band name is cool.
Right. Yeah, they have one with an actual kind of history.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours was literally, we were trying to think of something edgy, something like really cool and everything.
I think the first draft of our band name was going to be Chilled Arrows or something like that.
Yeah, and it was like, because we're piercing your hearts with the cold truth of Jesus Christ or something like that.
And then we went,
no.
Nah,
none of us like tomatoes.
None of us like tomatoes. And you were like, let's make the band name No Tomatoes. And I was like,
okay.
Yeah,
and we did. And then we kind of realized that having a negative connotation with your name isn't necessarily the best thing. Like having no and then something instead of having something, because there's like a positive, like cognitive psychological thing that goes on. I was discovering this in psychology, and I was like, shoot, okay, well, we'll put a potato with it. Everybody likes potatoes. And that was my thinking for naming or for adding the potato to our logo. But we even thought about maybe calling you guys potatoes on the podcast at one point. I scrapped that idea unless you guys really want to. If we get like 5 comments on our videos collectively that you want to be called potatoes, we will start doing it. And then if there are somehow more, we'll put out a poll or something and you can see, but we don't want to call you potatoes meaning bad things, because potatoes can be like baked potatoes.
Potatoes are so transformative.
Yeah, fries. This isn't to say that tomatoes can't be other things, but we're trying to make a case here for no reason other than we actually just don't like tomatoes by themselves and they suck. Anyways.
Well, here's the thing.
I did it again.
You can be here's my anyways. Here's my 2 cents on the potato thing, all right? You can be transformed into whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be. You go be that potato, all right? Be that potato that becomes the steak fry. Okay?
Oh.
All right. Yes. Be the potato that becomes, I don't know, the hash brown. All right.
Yes, hash them browns.
Hash your browns, bro. Anyway.
All right. Well,
I
thank
did
you.
it too. I did it too.
You
I
do
said
it
anyway.
too. Oh, man. We're going to now transition into the main part of the episode now that we've heard Ty's favorite part of the interview. My favorite part of the interview was probably after the interview when Dennis was coloring at this kid's table because we were using Elite Arts Company's current studio for recording space, and there's this kid's coloring table in the waiting room, and he's just sitting there with his like crazy Einstein hair, except it's black. His crazy black Einstein hair. He had a what?
I think he had the Willy Wonka cap on.
Oh yeah, the one that I had in my car from like years and years ago when I was in that junior play.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Well, I hope you all watching and listening enjoy this interview with Denis Koepke and Keopke. Sorry, Koepke. Super weird. Also, Dennis is only one N. Yeah, I don't know. That's also not explained, but you'll have to just ask him yourself. Get a hold of him on Facebook Messenger or something. Stalk him.
Send down some love.
We need the lead singer of Winterhaven Motel to get DMs at 4:00 in the morning when
That's
he's
the goal.
trying to go to bed for the night.
At 4.
Yeah, at 4.
Nope, we don't go to bed early.
All right. Without further ado, the main section of the podcast. Craft. That's some pretty complicated stuff to play.
You don't have respective hands?
I do.
You absolute trash. Having a good time. Like, just enjoying myself.
He was like so supportive.
It's so fun.
The song sucks.
Yep, that's true.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the main section of the podcast. With me is my brother Titus, and of course the brilliant Denis Keopke.
Hey, how you doing?
Of Winterhaven Motel. So I'd like to first let you know that this episode is sponsored by Elite Arts Company. They have dance classes, theater classes, photography, videography, and more. So if you're in the Tri-Cities and need performance-based services, or you're looking to try something new, EAC is the way to go. And we're actually currently sitting in the studio of Elite Arts Company right now, so we thank them for the ability to use the space and equipment. So we would like to ask Denis some questions about his band.
Yes.
Great.
What questions do you have for him, Ty? Let's take turns.
All right. Dennis.
Hi.
Hey. How's it going, baby?
It's going good. It's going good.
What was your favorite gig you've done with
My
your band?
favorite gig?
Yeah.
My favorite gig was last January. It was in Frankenmuth at Fisher Hall for Ice Fest. We opened for like a few bands, and it was a wonderful experience. Actually, we had a lot of good turnout. Everybody was getting down, and it's actually really funny because after when we got done, everybody left, and then all the bands were still playing. And I stayed though.
Had some fun with it.
For a little bit, yeah. I had a lot of fun with it. It was so much fun. I looked a little goofy on stage, but
That's what happens when you're performing live,
just kind of in the moment.
So, you guys play, I know this was one of your questions, but you play mostly rock kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe your genre specifically?
Oh, well, I feel like we have that old kind of classic rock style, I would say, but we're trying to be more progressive, I guess. That's what we're trying to strive for, is trying to do like a progressive rock type stuff. But at the same time, I don't know. We don't really care for genres that much. So whatever we kind of do, it's just what we have,
Why do you play in the specific genre you guys play in? Is it because you were influenced by
Oh,
someone,
our all of our influences. My guitar player's name is John Asel, drummer Spencer Smeagol, bass player Tim Goff, and I'm Dennis. And all of our influences are like classic rock based, like a lot of progressive rock, like Pink Floyd and Genesis, Yes. And there's a newer band. It's like now they're called All Them Witches. And if you haven't heard them, you should definitely check them out because they're very good.
Alrighty.
You definitely will.
You should. It's great.
Cool. So your band name is Winterhaven Motel. How did that name come about? How did you guys make that name?
I necessarily didn't make that name because I was later in the game. You know, they called me when I was doing, like, I don't know, they called me and was like, hey, we have this band. Would you like to be the singer? And I was like, really? Yeah. And I was like, what's the band name? And they're like, Winterhaven Motel. And I was like, why that? And they're like, well, it's in the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And every year they take a UP trip. And there's actually like a little motel, Winterhaven Motel. It's just little motel. And
Tiny little motel. Okay,
tiny little motel.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you guys write music there?
No.
Do they write music there?
No, it's actually a funny story. Apparently, when they went up to the UP, they were trying to like ask the owner for like permission, and they ended up getting permission, but not at that day because like when they went to like the office, there was a sign that said "Gone fishing. We'll be back soon," and he never came back.
That seems like a classic thing for a UP.
Like Uper,
Yeah, just- I'm
the
just
Uper.
gonna
They're just always
avoid
fishing.
Gone
Man.
fishing.
They're just always fishing in the UP.
Yeah, they never stop fishing in
No.
Michigan UP.
Mm-mm.
So what's like one of the weirdest things that has happened to you at a gig?
The weirdest. I don't really know. I mean, I'm just pretty weird in itself, to be honest. So anytime I perform, so it's just weird every time. You'd have to come to the show to understand, though.
You down in Florida, you gotta come. Whoever you are. Alrighty.
We're confused as to what you mean by Florida.
Hey, yeah, when you're in Florida,
Right.
come on down. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Someone in Florida?
Somebody in Florida.
Yeah, that's listening to the podcast. We're doing a podcast.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wait, we're doing a podcast?
Yeah, we're doing a podcast.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
Florida.
Fun fact. Dennis is currently living with me.
I am his roommate. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
So
What is your favorite type of music to listen to?
My favorite type of music to listen to. I like listening to old rock, classic rock, and rap.
WAP. Oh, wait.
WAP, not WAP. Rap.
You just listened to the song WAP on repeat.
I don't want to listen to anything WAP related ever.
X to doubt.
yeah, you were playing for me one of your favorite rap songs the other day.
I was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was. It was by Run the Jewels.
Mm-hmm. I can't say that it was my favorite, but like I respect.
It's my favorite rap group all time. Run the Jewels.
So, what got you into your favorite type of music? Like, what got you into rock, and then how did you progress? Maybe you didn't progress to rap, but how did you get into each one?
Well, I just kind of grew up listening to kind of anything really, from like Motown to like rap. It's just a huge started from here all the way over here. It's a lot. But I would say I started listening to rock from my dad because he had AC/DC Back in Black on the CD, and I would just listen to it before hockey tournaments when I was younger and stuff like that. Also, I love funk, 70s funk music.
Pretty good.
Oh my God, yes, yes it is. Before every hockey game, AC/DC or funk to get me in that mood. You know,
That hockey mood.
That hockey-
Funk gets you in the hockey
yeah.
mood.
I was
everybody.
a goalie, so I'm just in my head, just funking it up. Yeah, somebody's coming at me. I'm like, you know,
It's like that like a Final Fantasy.
yeah, yeah. But and then I knew who Pink Floyd was because Pink Floyd is one of my favorites of progressive rock, and I even have a tattoo of it because I'm basic. And I didn't even really listen to Pink Floyd until my freshman year, until my friend John, my guitar player, introduced me to him, and I was like, "Holy shit! What is this 45-minute long song?" He's like, "That's not a song. That's an album." And I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty neat." And then
That's pretty neat.
that's pretty neat.
So you're talking about John and the other guys. Who calls the shots for you guys?
We all do collectively, I would say.
Collectively shot call.
Yeah, everybody has their strengths, and I just feel like we do a lot better when we're together,
I feel that.
I am the best.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I'm the only good person in our band. Like the rest of them are really bad.
Oh no,
Really bad.
no. I'm sorry.
Anyways, we're kind of shifting gears here, but
Well, I have one here that says, "What's your favorite band?"
My favorite band.
Yeah. You had to pick one.
Wow. That is a question. If I would have to pick one, I would probably say actually Led Zeppelin, to be honest.
Really?
Basic is I'm basic.
Over Pink Floyd, huh?
No. I don't know, man. It's close. It cuts it close, man. I couldn't choose. It's like choosing your favorite. It's like choosing a parent. You know, like do you love your dad or mom more? I love them both the same. You know.
Led Zeppelin was my mom, and Pink Floyd
Floyd
was
is my dad. Yep.
All right.
So, what is one instrument that you're like jealous of people that can play that?
The violin.
Yes.
Yeah, I really wish I can just play "The Devil Goes Down to Georgia" or something like that. Isn't that the name of the song? That's a fiddle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing though.
Yeah, kind of.
Violins can be fiddles and vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
violin
just how
would be
they're played.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically any like string instrument, like the violin, the cello.
Nice. So, like, if you were like retired and you just had a bunch of time on your hands, would you pick up one of those instruments?
Oh, probably. I probably wouldn't even wait until retired. I don't know. I just don't have one.
Okay.
So, you know.
Yeah.
I can't really-
Violins and cellos and stuff, they're expensive.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
They're like, I feel like for a halfway decent one, they're like
I'll just stick to the jaw harp.
500 or upwards. It's not quite like buying a full-on piano though.
Pianos, drum sets. Pianos are probably the most expensive, but drum sets are up there too.
I mean, they always have the starter ones, but you buy a starter set and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you hit it and you're like, ugh. It's like,
Things out of tune all the time.
all the time.
So what's like, do you have a hobby or hobbies outside of music that you do a lot of and spend a lot of time on?
I mean, I used to play a lot of video games before, but I don't know if that counts as a hobby though. But you know, I try to like, I don't know, I try to like draw and stuff, but I'm not an artist. I'm not. I mean, I am an artist, kind of, sort of, but like, you know, drawing, no. I try though. I really try. It always turns out really creepy, and like, it just scares me. Sometimes.
That could be a style though.
That could be a style. You're
I
right.
have decided that I'm just not good at drawing and don't try anymore.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
F for her
F.
soldier.
Pay respects.
Pay respects.
F in the chat, please.
Who outside of your own band, in terms of music, do you have the most fun working with?
Say that again.
So like, who outside of your own band,
Mhm.
the people in your band, do you have the most fun working with in music?
Like somebody besides my band,
Yeah.
like making music
Someone
with.
besides your band members.
Honestly, like we haven't done it a lot, and we really haven't done it. But Eli, I like doing stuff with you. And today, when we like jammed, it was kind of fun. I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
That was fun. Also, I like jamming out with my friend Dalton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude's pretty good. He's in the band though.
No, John's in the band.
Oh, John's in
yeah,
the band.
my
Okay.
friend Dalton. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's pretty cool.
So John is the one that I met already.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha,
Mhm.
gotcha. That's cool though.
Yeah. Basically, almost not everything, but most of the things that I've learned on guitar was from John. Basically, just by watching him play. I thought he was like a god when I saw him play guitar when I was a freshman in high school and he was a junior. I would come over to his house and he would just be like, "Hey, I gotta show you something," and he would just like loop stuff, you know, with a
Yeah.
looper, and just like pull out all this like random stuff. And I'm just sitting there, just oh my god, I need to start playing guitar again now. And that's what happened.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool story.
thank you.
So we're getting a little bit more serious here, but what is one message that you'd like people to hear from the music you play or just from like your life in general?
Don't be ignorant. Just don't be ignorant. It's just life's too short to be just an asshole all the time, you know?
Looking for ignorant or arrogant?
Ignorant, arrogant, asshole, douchebag,
Yeah.
any of them.
So all of those.
Just be a nice person to people, even if you hate the person. Like, just do something nice. All right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good one.
Just be.
Just
Just be.
I don't know what you're
I don't know what that
Listen,
means.
if you look deep into my words and my words, just be.
Okay. All right. So, where do you guys see yourselves as a band, or you see your band in 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully, God, have a couple albums out, touring around, doing something, doing live shows, you know,
That'd
band
be
stuff,
awesome. Band stuff.
band things.
Yeah.
That is the
be
goal.
awesome.
That is the goal, to do band things with my band.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
That's what I want to do. I think that's what we all want to do, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be great if, like, I didn't have to have a full-time job and I could do music, like, all the time.
That's true.
But
That's very
hey,
true. But hey, I'll tell you what, the band All Them Witches I was telling you about, I actually don't know if this is true, but this is what my guitar player said, because it's his favorite band. He said that basically every member, I think, there's like 4 members, I think, and all of them live in different states, have families. They make albums. They tour together. So it's possible.
yeah,
It's possible.
for sure. Yeah, there's a band I listen to called Guster that does something similar to that. I think they do have part-time jobs, but, like, they've been releasing music forever. So it's, yeah, you can definitely balance it.
It's true.
Well, we're going to end our podcast. I know it's a little bit short this week, but I hope you guys enjoyed everything that we talked about, and I hope you guys check out Winterhaven Motel. Dennis has a recommendation for us to listen to.
It's a band called Totoro. It's a French band, and a specific song that you should listen to on that album is, how do you say it again?
What?
I forget how to say the word because I don't speak French.
Saver,
Saver?
Chavou.
Shavu. Saver or Shavu?
Saver Shavu.
I'm saying it very like
Listen, the English dumb way of saying it is
Saver
Saver
Shavu.
Saver Shavu.
We'll put, like, a link or something
Totoro.
in the
We love
in the
you.
description.
podcast
or-
description. It'll be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, and
It's
the
off-
Spotify will just put the name, and YouTube there will be a link.
Yeah.
And also Totoro, I could not figure out how to spell, so
Totoro.
How do you spell?
T-O-T.
T-O-T-O-R-R-O.
Yeah, T-O-T-O-R-O.
Totoro. Spell it like Totoro,
It's like
like the Japanese
yeah.
thing, but make it
Frenchy.
French.
But make it French.
Yeah, to spell Totoro, it's T-O-T-O-R-R-O.
Make me a sandwich, but make it French.
How do you do that?
You don't want to know.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right, we.
But yeah, if Totoro, if you see this, come to America.
Every time
We
you
need
put a condiment on, you just have to be like,
Yeah.
yeah, a little
A
bit.
little bit. A little
If
bit.
you're a French person, we apologize.
Yeah, and if you're in Totoro, I love you, and you should definitely come to America. We need you.
We need you in
We need
this
you.
life.
We need you.
We need to see you.
We need you.
Although COVID might be a thing still.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
All right, we also have a quote of the day.
Ah, yes, the quote of the day.
But what is the quote?
The quote is, "Once you become a pickle, you can never become a cucumber again."
Is that by someone?
It might be. It might be. I've heard it from John a lot.
Okay.
Because he always comes up to me. He's like, "Once you become a pickle, you could never become a cucumber." And I go, "That makes so much sense. That's deep, man. Thanks."
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
So I mean, to sum up, don't be a jerk.
And don't turn into
Listen
a pickle.
to Saver Shavu.
Mhm.
And if you're a pickle, it's too late for
it's
you.
too late. You can never become a
Yeah,
cucumber.
you're screwed.
And for
It's
all you
over.
cucumbers out there,
It's over.
Just stay. Just
Once
stay
you
as a
become-
cucumber.
Yeah.
Stay as a
that-
cucumber.
A pickle. You can't be a cucumber.
And if you don't understand what it means, think about it.
Just think about it.
Think about it.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. This is the No Tomatoes podcast. Thank you again, Elite Arts Company, for allowing us to use your facilities. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching the main section of the podcast. I really just hope you enjoyed that interview and you got something meaningful from it, and you go and listen to Winterhaven Motel and maybe listen to our music on the way to their music or after their music, and just search up No Tomatoes on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you use. We have digital versions on Amazon if you want to permanently purchase the music instead of if you don't have a subscription to a music site for whatever reason. You can always purchase it there. But Ty, what was your rundown of the video? What are you most excited to see in the future for Winterhaven Motel and for bands in general?
I'm excited to go back to shows the most. And I'm excited for everybody to be able to go back to doing shows. Because I know Dennis, as I was talking to him, was he seemed like someone that loved doing shows. And I know no one's really able to do them right now. So it's a little bit of a downer when it comes to that. Because I wasn't an adamant concert goer, but I'd go to 2 or 3 concerts a year. And now I just can't, and now I can't do them. So I'm missing that entire part of entertainment in general. So it's a little rough, and I'm assuming it's not just rough for the people around me. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that to come back eventually.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely excited because Winterhaven Motel is definitely they thrive in the live setting as opposed to the studio setting. I wouldn't say that as much for us. We're actually very comfortable in the studio setting.
That being said, we only did a few shows,
Right.
So when we
yeah.
get back out there, I want to do it.
It was, of course, circumstantial because 2020, the summer of 2020, was when we were going to actually try to get more shows, and everyone knows what happened there. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching and listening to the No Tomatoes podcast.
Bye, everybody.